welcome back to another Fighting Radio episode. This is episode 45, and I'm back kind of soon, because I usually wait like a month or two. So, yay for being a YouTuber, a proper one, at least. Alright, so I have 3 guests with me, and we're going to go ahead and introduce them. So, guest number 1, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Victoria, or you can call me Tori. I am 17 years old. I am from a small little town in eastern Washington called Spokane, and I've been a K-pop fan since around 2013.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Well, welcome. You have never been on my show, so I'm really excited that you're here.
Yay. I'm excited to be here.
And guest number 2. She was on the last episode, but please introduce yourself again.
My name is Emmalee. I am a college art student. My Instagram is @TheLightReader, and my Twitter is @TheLightReader as well. Usually I'm Google on this show, and I do fact checks, even though sometimes their facts are wrong. But yeah, that's us. That's me.
Thanks, Google. All right. Guest number 3.
Hi, I'm Lise. I'm just your typical K-pop stan, and I've only been into K-pop for about like 2 years now, so I think I'm like the youngest K-pop stan here that wise. But yeah, I'm just here to have a good time. So
Okay. Well, we accept anyone into the K-pop community, even if you joined yesterday. It's okay.
It's okay. Welcome. We're sorry.
Hey, and fresh minds are always a good thing.
Yes, it is.
my life was ruined for the best, so.
Well, you can never go out. No, whatever.
Nope.
Alright, so our first subject. Okay, I know in the last episode we talked about BTS.
All BTS,
I know.
yeah.
But bear with us just a minute, because this is happening as we're recording this right now. The AMAs are happening tomorrow. So,
In less than 24 hours, they should be airing.
So,
And to be honest, it's a really huge thing, not just for K-pop in general. It's just a really big thing for just the Asian communities.
And
just to like
it's
just huge.
Yeah, and it's big for like the entire music scene. Like
Exactly.
I feel like in America the music scene will change because of the introduction of K-pop.
Like, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna get lit.
Oh, I'm so hyped.
To
so
that
excited.
mic drop remix. I am so excited. But like,
Alrighty.
I've been a K-pop fan for probably 9+ years or so. And I know Amber's been one for like 12+ years.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's crazy.
just watching go from Super Junior to being the big one, to then the Big Bang, and then to being the huge one. Now it's to BTS. BTS has gone the farthest into the international communities than everybody else.
Wait, can I say
Is
something? Can I say
Yeah.
something? Okay, we're hyping BTS up, but we do have to give credit where credit is due, as well as other people. Like Psy, he went there. Big Bang,
Yeah, no, he did
their
as well,
thing.
yeah.
Wonder Girls did their thing. SNSD did their thing, and we're so proud of K-pop and where it's come like right now. So this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't for like those other breakthroughs, I don't think I would have like became interested in it. Like, cause I got pulled in by friends and they've seen the previous breakthroughs and stuff, and that's how they got into it. And then now I'm here, so.
Yeah, like my first K-pop song was Big Bang Fantastic Baby. And then it was
Fantastic
B1A4, Baby I'm Sorry. Back when B1A4 was a thing. I mean, they're still a thing, but wow.
Yes, and also who's going to the AMAs is Jackson from GOT7.
Jackson!
Whoa!
So hopefully we get to see him. Yeah.
I know that BTS is sitting in the front.
I'm so excited for that.
Like, wow.
It's like major stuff there.
Yeah, no, because like for Billboard, weren't they sitting like
They were like
15
in the
seats
back.
They were
Yeah.
like way in the back.
They were like so far in the back that they were in the fan section. They weren't even in like the
Yeah.
celebrity section.
They're moving on up.
Moving on up, straight to front row. But yeah, no. Sure, everybody's getting a little sick and tired of BTS, talk about BTS. But, like, that's really, like, the biggest thing that's going down right now. Some of the
biggest news amongst K-pop right now is BTS coming over here for the AMAs.
And Mnet showing the AMAs in Korea for the first time ever in history because of this. Like,
yeah.
That's people are being salty because it's like, oh, it's not such a big deal. Like they're not the first. I'm like, yeah, sure, they're not the first, but like, has this happened before? No.
Yeah.
Wait, since we're speaking about salty, let's Victoria.
Ooh,
what do we have?
Alrighty. So, among their U.S. arrival, a lot of late night talk shows have picked them up. Like The Late Late Show with James Corden.
I can't
Jimmy
wait
Kimmel
to
Live.
see that.
I'm so excited. Like Ellen, which isn't a late show, but it's still relevant.
It's still breaking out into daytime TV.
Yeah. Well, James Corden, while introducing BTS on his show, introduced them as the biggest boy band in the world. And so, naturally, Directioners went to Twitter and started a hashtag that says, make sure I'm getting it right, hashtag 1D is still the biggest boy band. And ARMYs took to Twitter and they turned it into they were like being petty, but in a passive aggressive way. They weren't like attacking 1Ders. They said, just because James said BTS is the biggest band in the world, and some Directioners couldn't help but create this petty hashtag. No worries, ARMYs aren't as petty. We'll help you trend worldwide. Make sure to follow and keep up with BTS updates.
I got a good one that I saw recently, and it was somebody using the hashtag, and it was like, our fandom can leak songs, find blood types, exact birth time, penis sizes, their parents' middle name, baby pictures when they're still in their mother's womb, and can hack into airport security. What can your fandom do? Hashtag 1D is still the biggest boy band. And a reply on it was, we reported BTS's leaked album and refused to listen to it in order to respect their hard work. We try not to meddle in their private lives and respect the boundaries they set. We report stalkers and make sure the BTS's company knows that when we report stalkers and make sure BTS's company knows when flight info is leaked. BTS taught us well, because and that's just one of the many tweets that I saw when that was going down. But it's okay. One Direction isn't even together anymore.
Yeah.
Two, they're all doing their separate thing, and I expect BTS to do that at some point, is to all go their separate directions and ways, especially the rap line. Like, sure, they'll probably go out and go do their own albums completely.
Yeah,
but
and like Jin's acting career and like things like that. But yeah. And
it's like, I just feel that I had a friend who was a Directioner when One Direction was like at their peak completely, and like it was British invasion for our generation instead of the Beatles, and they were psychotic. They were literally, you can say the same thing about ARMYs, but I just feel that more of the ARMYs are at a higher like accountability in a way, because we can't really exploit no, that's the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? We can't really like do all the crazy things to BTS because we want them to succeed in the international light and not have them have this crazy fan base that the One Directioners have, because the One Directioners are crazy. They are psychotic. And
I mean, trying not to generalize, because I mean, there's bad apples and everything.
Oh yeah.
But like, I mean, what really bothers me about this whole situation is it's not like, oh, you're attacking my faves. Because, I mean, BTS right now is, like, my favorite group. I mean, I consider myself an ARMY.
Yeah.
I
think we all do here.
I switch back and forth XOL ARMY, but anyway, I think what bothers me most about this is how, like, cocky, I guess you could say, the 1D fans are. Because one of the tweets is, full offense, but One Direction is the biggest and most successful boy band since the Beatles. And I'm like, the Beach Boys never existed.
I was gonna say
NSYNC never existed.
I was gonna
Backstreet Boys.
There was like this long thread about how only One Direction could be referred to as the boys, and I was like sitting there thinking about all of the past like boy bands and stuff we've had that have been called the boys, starting from like Jackson 5, like
yeah, and
I'm sorry, Niall Horan is not the king of pop.
No,
you know?
God, no. I mean, I like all walks of music. Obviously, I listen to K-pop, and my K-pop and like my music taste goes from like heavy metal to K-pop.
I'm the same way. I just saw Hollywood Undead in concert, and it was like the best thing ever.
Oh, I'm jealous. But like, and I appreciate everything, but BTS and yes, like One Direction has written a lot of their own songs, and sure, BTS has songs that they didn't write personally themselves. But it's like they just work so hard on every aspect of everything that they do, and it's really like admirable. And oh god, I can't pronounce this word. Admirable. Admirable. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, Amber.
It's okay.
And just from the dancing to the vocals to singing and dancing at the same time to the visual effects and just to keep up, it's everything that works so cohesively well with them that, and I just never saw the appeal in One Direction anyway. Mm-hmm. And it's like okay, so you got a guy that has a shirt, but this is like way back when they were really big. It was like you guys have a guy that has a shirt that's buttoned down to his belly button with a butterfly tattoo and really long hair. Mm-hmm. That's the only one that's catching my eye. The other ones are like, eh.
White boys. No, I'm joking. Well, it's like you have. I mean, look at images of One Direction and BTS in the past. You have One Direction. They're a boy band. They're bright and cheery. You have like, this, with What Makes You Beautiful and stuff, because that's the 1D I think of when I think of One Direction, is that era. You have a boy band. Now think about when BTS debuted and you have these
like
badass hip hop, like
yeah,
they dance, but I think that just makes them cooler. Some may not agree with me, but
it's also just like an aesthetic choice between people, because like I just like the visual effects of everything, to like have the the dancing with the music and everything. It looks and it feels like a performance instead of them just standing in a line with mics and singing and just standing
like
for the entire
just like walking around like a stage.
Yeah, and like that
doing anything.
That isn't entertainment for me.
Which if you've seen BTS's concerts, though, BTS does that extremely well.
Yes. me and Amber can vouch.
BTS can hype.
Like just because I went to the Wing. Me and Amber went to the Wings tour back in April, and she went both nights. We went to the Anaheim one. She went both nights, and I only went the first night. But it was such a cool experience to see performers, not just people walking around a stadium and saying hi to people. Mm-hmm. Like that's yeah. And I've been to concerts like that where it's like, and sure, if that is your tone and that is your type of music, is to just walk around like Adele. Look at Adele, for Christ's sake. Mm-hmm. She sells that. She could have a week at the Staples Center and she'll sell it out because her music is so beautiful, and she's just standing there. Sure. But, like, if you're having hyped up music and you're kind of just bouncing around and waving at different fans, that's not entertainment.
Well, and you have the quality versus quantity.
And that's just how it is.
Yeah. Like, Adele can pull off a concert walking around a stage just singing because her voice is so good. And her stage presence is one thing, too, because she really feels and she has that emotional connection to all of her songs. That her voice makes up for everything else, and her presence. Where you have these well-rounded idols nowadays, I guess you could say, where you can dance, sing, be a visual, and all that. And you have to be fairly good in those things to be considered well-rounded. But when you're like a member of One Direction and you can't dance, but you can sing and you have the visuals, but they're not good enough to make up for the lack of presence or dance, or like what makes a performer. I mean, I've performed all my life,
and they're just a cute face.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because it sounds a bit hypocritical from K-pop fans.
But yeah, then there isn't anything wrong with just being a cute face. But like, but yeah, no, that's my 2 cents on that.
So guys.
Yeah.
So, what is our positive touch to this? Like, what is our ending to it? Like, to that hashtag?
I personally just think fandoms just need to not, like, start shit.
Yeah.
And I really, really understand where directioners are coming from. Like, not to the degree that they're taking it, but their band broke up and they lost a member and it was really, really messy. And while they're successful in their solo careers, they're hurt. And they feel like BTS is just coming in and rubbing it in their faces and replacing them. And that 1D will be, like, forgotten. Which they won't be. So I can understand why they're getting really defensive over this.
Oh, I can understand it as well. And I think, and that's words. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. And they're just getting really defensive because of how messy the past few years for One Direction has been for them. And I feel bad because it's like having somebody drop out of a band that you admired and looked up to for probably most of the One Directioners, probably all of their like middle school through high school years. That hurts. Like,
but as a K-pop fan, we've been through that like hundreds of times.
No, I know we've been through it hundreds of times. But like,
no, but I get it though.
Yeah.
Well, and you also have to think about how like Directioners don't have that rebound that a K-pop fan would have. So say EXO were to disband tomorrow. K-pop fans, XOLs, might have a group that they already fancy, like whether it be NCT or if they're an ARMY as well, they can go to that group and rebound to that group and be a fan of that group. Where if you're a Directioner and you're not a fan of K-pop or, you know, and you really want that feeling of One Direction, you have nowhere to turn. Like, that one group was your everything.
Yeah, that's true. There's, like, not very many, like, as opposed to, like, the K-pop industry where there's, like, tons of groups to fall back on, they didn't have that same thing, like, here, per se, because there's not that many groups, like, that do, there's not that many, like, Western groups, is a better way to say it.
Yeah, that, and because with most Western artists, it's all solo, it's not, like, a whole group of guys that you can, like, admire and have and look up to, or girls. I mean, it's literally like One Direction and Little Mix. Like, who else is a group that is like currently popular? Because I can't think of anything else.
Wait, so they're called One Directioners, right?
Yeah, they're called One Directioners.
Okay, so
or Directioners.
One Directioners. We get you, we feel you, we understand. So maybe take this chance to, you know, go into, you know, like K-pop You know, we have many groups. We'll share them.
Well, yeah, we got
We're
tons.
nice people. Come to the dark side.
I know. I mean, we have a lot. I mean,
Come to the dark side. We have light sticks.
Yes.
And if you're a Bix fan, they vibrate.
oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, I don't want to
That's
talk about
very
that.
true.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so Monsta X's first win. Yes. Let's
Yay.
cheer. Woo! Monsta X, yeah.
They deserved it so much.
I was so proud. Like, I woke up the next day and I was like, I was seeing it and just like immediately started crying just from how proud I was. One of the things though that I've been thinking about a lot is like people keep saying, well, maybe Monsta X will be like BTS and they'll build themselves up to be like a really big group, not in Korea per se, but like somewhere else, like here in America. And I was thinking about that a lot, and it came to my attention that BTS got their first win with I Need You 2 years after their debut, and Monsta X 2 years after their debut got their first win with Dramarama. So it's kind of like now I'm like seeing it more like the connection people are making with maybe Monsta X will be like BTS and like start doing more stuff like to make themselves bigger from a small company. Which like just in general, like I'm really happy about the whole thing, but like that's making me even more happy to think about because like they're all like a really talented group. I've watched them on like No Mercy, and I've seen like the struggle they went through to become Monsta X, and like even now the love they have for like Mon Baby and like the performances they put together and the special stages they do and stuff like that. They're always so hardworking and proving themselves to be hardworking. So like the fact that they got this first win is really like finally, first of all, finally. And it's just like opening up like my eyes to the fact that they could possibly pursue more, just like BTS, which I'm trying not to mention BTS that often, but like they're opening a lot of doors for people like Monsta X, which is making me very happy because now Monsta X is like getting their chance to shine brighter than what they were before. And yeah, so
I completely agree. I mean, but it's definitely a really big opportunity for other K-pop groups to come into the international light, which is really nice. But like, I'm so happy they won. To be honest, like they deserved it so much. They got their
first win, and just like, cause I read this thing about how Shonu said he was like never gonna cry, or he like never cries or anything, and then someone asked him, well, if you got your first win, this is before they got their first win, would you cry? And he said, no, I would cry because the other members are crying. And once I seen Min Hyuk and Hyungwon and Ki Hyun start tearing up, Shonu grabbed the mic to start speaking, and then he started crying, and I was just like a mess.
Oh, babies.
Like a whole leader. Shonu, that was but like it was just so. And okay, so we're on the topic of their first win, and I just need to bring up the fact that Hyungwon looks so pretty crying, and it has me pressed.
Hold on, I need to look this up right now.
wait.
Everyone's like, pause, we gotta look at the video. Yeah, he looks so like ethereal crying, and I feel like that's a weird thing to say, but like I don't know, it was just a really like I was like so caught up in my emotions watching that, and then like after I watched it a couple more times I was like, wow, Hyungwon.
Oh my god, he does.
Oh, this precious child.
And then, like, Ki Hyun didn't want to be, like, seen on camera crying, I feel like. So, like, you can see him standing behind Min Hyuk trying to hold his tears back, and then he disappears, and then the camera shows him at the end of the line, like, squatting down on the ground, like, hiding his face. And I was just, like, I was so emotional and so happy and proud for them because they're a group that when I first started liking them, I couldn't pick a bias just because I pick like mainly on like personalities and hardworking and stuff like that, and they were all so like dedicated and hardworking, and they still are to this day. And it's just like I had so much emotions watching that. Like I was like so happy and proud, and I don't know. I
love the after photo of Wonho. He's doing the peace sign towards the camera, and he's just crying.
He's crying. Yeah, I have that picture saved. I was like,
oh, it's so
a whole
funny.
Baby.
But no, they're really hardworking, and I'm not. I mean, I'm a big Monsta X fan, but I'm not the biggest Monsta X fan. Because a lot of their, for me, for a group, it's the music videos, and if I like the music video, I'll like the group. And I didn't really like the Monsta X's music videos for the past few comebacks, and I didn't really like Drama Rama either. But the music is really good that they produce. It's just the music videos that confuse me a little bit.
They have such powerful performances too. Like I went to Beautiful in LA, and it was the first concert day, and Hyungwon was back, so we got like OT7, and it was just their performances were so powerful. Even like videos you've seen from previous concerts before Hyungwon was back, where it was just 6 of them, they still had powerful performances, and you could just like see through their performances how hard they worked to be in sync and do everything so perfectly and strongly. Like I've been to, I think, like one other sort of concert thing before that. It was GOT7's fan meet, and like there's not that much of a contrast within like sync and stuff, because like all K-pop groups have to have the synchronization and everything, but just like the impact of how powerful they were when performing was something that had me like so stunned that I couldn't even like do anything at the concert. Like I couldn't like express myself the way I wanted to.
I feel that.
Yeah, it was just like my mouth was just like dropped open, and I was like, they're like, the presence they have on stage, even during the Ment, is just like something else. Like I've been to 2 concerts, three total K-pop sort of concert things, and theirs was the one that was like the most powerful, and like they just have like a different like sort of connection and stuff with how they like do things with each other and on stage and everything, and it was just a great experience, and I'm just really happy they got the first win.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm rewatching the win right now. It's really nice to see smaller groups get their first wins, even with who did they go up against again?
Twice.
They went up against EXID, they went up again twice. Block B.
I think 17 as well. I'm not sure if 17 was nominated for this one. I can't remember. There was so many like really popular groups.
Yeah,
though.
They went up against big groups, and so I mean that was all the fans doing the work. But I was just just shocked.
Yeah.
Cause like as soon as 17 came out, Drama Rama came out, and then I was like, all right, so we all know who's going to take home the next couple of awards. It's all going to go towards Twice or 17. And one of our friends messaged me, and it was like, what's the next one? And I'm like, wait,
yeah,
that wasn't supposed to happen.
Came up out of the blue. Yeah, it was so great. And I read this thing from a Big Bang stan tweeted it, and she had said that it was like touching to see how humble they were and everything about the first win and everything, and like to see how emotional they got, because like with big groups like Twice and Big Bang and 17, BTS, EXO, they like get a lot of wins now, and half the time I guess Big Bang's like not really there to like accept the win. it's just like something that they like just received, you know, like it gets sent to them. And she said it was just like great to see how humble and emotional they were over it, because it like opened her eyes to how much, like, not saying that the bigger groups don't appreciate it, but because like I know they do, that they appreciate everything, but like how much the smaller company groups appreciate getting a first win and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you can say, like, the bigger groups, they appreciate it, and they truly, sincerely, like, thank their fans and thank the people behind it. But they almost expect it. Like, they don't, it's not a big surprise, like a big shock like it is for the small groups to win. So I think the shock from winning when you're a small group is, like, where that big, humble impact comes.
Especially if you're in Monsta X's place. Like, I'm pretty sure Twice was nominated for this specific music show. So to, like, be up against them and think, oh, they're gonna get it, and to, like, just, like, not at all expect to get a first win that day, and then to receive it anyways, is, like, something that probably, like, had them all really caught off guard. Like, you could tell on their face how caught off guard and shocked they were once they announced that Monsta X won, just because they were like, well, we were up against, like, Twice. Like, how did we do this? But
yeah. Well, and like, and look at the company that they're from. They're from Starship, and it's not like Starship is part of the big three. So
they still had really strong groups though, like Sistar and
they have Cosmic Girls and but still it's not the biggest company that they have.
Yeah,
that Korea has.
Yeah. So it was just, I don't know. That was just a really great thing to have happen recently.
So, the positive thing is, stan Monsta X. Yay!
Yeah.
Stan Monsta X.
Talent, stan Monsta X.
Please. Yeah, they're really good. I like Emmalee. I like them, but I'm not like the biggest fan. You know what I mean? But I appreciate their music and how they're working so hard, and they definitely deserve this win. So, congrats, Monsta X.
It was humbling. I liked it.
Yes. Alright, so that is the end of episode 45. I hope you guys liked it, and we'll be back very soon, hopefully. And let's go ahead and introduce my guest one more time. So, guest number 1.
Hello, I am Tori. You can follow me on my Instagram at SAI Birdie, Chisai Birdie. I had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you again.
Yay! And as usual, everything will be in the description box below. So all you gotta do is click it and go follow them and support them, and yeah. And guest number 2.
Thanks for having me again, Amber. My name's Emmalee, and my Instagram and Twitter is @TheLightReader. I do a lot of art stuff on there, not K-pop related, but it's just what I do. Thanks for having me again, though, Amber. It's a lot of fun.
You're welcome. It's your last time. Next. I'm just kidding.
I see. I know where you live.
No, you don't.
We need Google.
I know.
You need Google.
I'm just kidding. We love you.
Alright. Okay, and I'm Lise. I had a really great time. I was really nervous in the beginning, but it kind of like drifted away the more everyone was talking, and they were helping me a lot, so that was great. And I have a Twitter account if you want to follow that. It's Kwon N only, so KWONN and then only. I actually wanted to mention that I might start getting back into the YouTube game again. So if you want to check out my channel, I have 2 videos posted already from previous. It's the YouTube channel Lise Like Lise, and yeah, it would be great if you guys could help support me in trying to get back into that.
Wait. What kind of content?
It's just like the two videos that I have posted now are reaction videos. The first one, I believe, is Vix LR's Whisper, and the second one is to Golden Child's Dom Dottie. I'm looking on doing like unboxing videos as well and stuff like that. Just like miscellaneous content. It's going to be a little bit of everything, but mostly K-pop based stuff, because I used to do a lot of periscopes for unboxing stuff. So yeah, I'm just getting back into the game with kind of everything.
Yay, I'll subscribe, and I hope everyone else does. Yay.
I will.
Yay.
Oh, thank you. And thank you so much for having me on the show.
Of course. I hope you guys liked it. It's your first time, and you guys are always welcome on any other episode that you want. You can be on it 1,000 times like Emmalee. You guys were awesome, and I want to thank you. And Emmalee, I'm very disappointed. You know why? Because in the last episode, we did not say fighting.
Oh!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Out of 44 episodes, I never missed a fighting. Wow.
In the last episode you did.
Wow. So on my show, I usually say fighting together at the end of the episode, so we will not miss it this time. Okay? So on the count of 3, we'll say fighting. All right? So
Yeah, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, fighting!
Fighting!
There we go. I did not miss it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
오늘따라 기분이 꿀꿀해 안 그렇게 봐도 슬프니 반응 없는 것 때문에 삐져는 듯 잊혀